Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting journey into the world of rare and collectible coins. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and often overlooked 1980 Australian 20-cent coin with no mint mark. A piece that could be hiding in your pocket change, yet holds far more value than meets the eye. This particular coin might look ordinary at first glance. It features the iconic platypus design on one side and the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the other. A familiar sight for Australians. But what sets this coin apart from the millions minted that year is a subtle absence: the mint mark. Now you might be wondering, what's so special about not having a mint mark? In the world of coin collecting, that detail can mean everything. Most coins have a small letter indicating where they were made. S for Sydney, M for Melbourne, and so on. But the 1980 20-cent coin we're talking about today doesn't carry that identifying mark. Why does that matter? Because the absence of a mint mark can sometimes indicate a special or limited run, a minting error, or even a transitional variety, all of which make coins significantly more desirable to collectors. In fact, some experts believe these coins were part of a test batch or an early press before the mint began stamping them properly. So how did this coin come to exist in the first place? In 1980, Australia was undergoing significant change in its economy. The government and the Royal Australian Mint were experimenting with new production techniques, new designs, and adjustments in metal composition. Amidst all that transition, a batch of 20-cent coins was released without a mint mark, either accidentally or as part of a controlled trial. This has turned what would have been a normal circulation coin into something of a mystery, a numismatic legend whispered about in collector communities. And it's not just about rarity. It's about intrigue. It's about having a piece of history that doesn't quite fit the mold. And as any collector will tell you, that's where real value begins. As years passed, collectors started to notice this oddity. They began separating these no-mint mark coins from regular ones, and demand steadily grew. Today, these coins are highly sought after, especially by those trying to complete a perfect decimal coin collection. Now here's the exciting part, the value. Depending on its condition, a 1980 Australian 20-cent coin with no mint mark can fetch between $2,000 to $4,000 Australian dollars in the current collector's market. And if you happen to have one in near uncirculated or proof-like condition, you could be looking at offers up to $5,000 Australian dollars, or even higher from serious numismatists. Just imagine holding a coin in your hand that you thought was worth 20 cents, and discovering it could be worth hundreds. That's the kind of discovery that fuels passion in this community. It's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of the hunt, the history in your hands, and the pride of owning something truly rare. And here's something to really fire up your imagination. Collectors across Australia and beyond are still hunting for this coin. Many people don't even know it exists. Some have had it in their coin jar for decades without realizing what they're sitting on. Could you be one of them? Check your wallets, your old purses, your piggy banks. Dig through that coin jar that's been gathering dust in your cupboard. Because you might just uncover a little disc of metal that holds big value. For those wondering how to tell if they've got the right one, it's simple. Flip the coin, inspect it carefully. Look near the platypus side. If there's no small letter under the platypus or near the rim, and the coin is dated 1980, you may very well have struck gold, metaphorically, of course. And if you're lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition, especially if it's shiny, shows little to no wear, and has crisp edges, consider having it professionally graded. A certified coin can bring in even more value and opens up opportunities to sell to international buyers. Now is the perfect time to check, because the market for rare coins is growing rapidly. Online auctions, collector forums, and vintage expos are seeing a boom in interest. People are turning everyday objects into extraordinary profits, and this 20-cent coin is a shining example. So don't underestimate the power of pocket change. History has a funny way of hiding in plain sight. The 1980 no-mint mark 20-cent coin proves that even the smallest things can hold great worth, if you know where to look. Before we wrap up, here's a challenge for you. Go find every 20-cent coin you can in your house. Sort them by year. If you find one from 1980 with no mint mark, you might just be the next lucky collector to cash in on this rare Aussie treasure. And when you do, don't forget to tell your story. Because that's what keeps the legacy of these coins alive. Stories of discovery, wonder, and excitement. It could be your moment to shine in the world of collectors. Next up, the 1981 20-cent coin without a mint mark. This is not just loose change. This could be a small fortune hiding in plain sight. If you've ever rummaged through your coin jar and thought, it's all just regular stuff, think again. Among those round, silver-toned coins, there might be a 1981 20-cent piece that collectors across Australia and the world are hunting for. At first glance, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin looks like any other. It features the beloved platypus design swimming gracefully through rippling water. On the obverse, there's the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, an image Australians know well. But there's something quietly different about this one. It lacks a mint mark. Now, for the uninitiated, a mint mark is a tiny letter or symbol that tells us which mint the coin came from. Whether it's Sydney, Melbourne, or even abroad, mint marks are vital in the world of coins. But when a coin is released without one, it creates a sense of mystery, and sometimes a market frenzy. The 1981 no mint mark 20-cent coin is one of those mysterious issues. While millions of coins were struck in 1981, a specific number of them were made without that little identifying mark. Why? That's the million-dollar question. Some experts believe they were part of a test run. Others think they were produced overseas and never marked correctly. But whatever the origin, one thing is certain. These coins have captured the attention of collectors. You see, coin collecting isn't just about age or metal. It's about stories. It's about rarity, intrigue, and finding pieces that break the mold. The 1981 no mint mark coin fits that profile perfectly. It represents a moment in minting history where something unusual happened, and now collectors want to own a piece of that anomaly. In a time when most coins were clearly marked, these few escape the standard process, and that turns them from everyday currency into conversation pieces, into collectibles, into investments. Some may ask, is it really valuable? The answer is a confident yes. Coins like this have sold for anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 Australian dollars, depending on their condition. And if you've got one in uncirculated or pristine state, untouched by years of circulation, you could be looking at $5,000 Australian dollars or more in the right collector's market. Think about that. A 20-cent coin worth hundreds. It's almost hard to believe, but this is the magic of numismatics. Coins with stories, coins with oddities, coins with rare features. They always hold special value. The hunt for this coin is alive and well. Collectors are combing through their boxes, folders, and old drawers in hopes of finding one. Dealers are watching closely for every new specimen that enters the market. And hobbyists? They're thrilled at the idea that something so small can have such a big reward. Now let's talk about condition. Like with any rare item, the better preserved it is, the higher its value. A scratched or heavily circulated coin might still fetch decent interest, but one that looks as if it was minted yesterday, that's a showpiece. That's the kind of coin that buyers compete over. So, how do you know if you have the right one? Grab your 20-cent coins dated 1981. Examine the side with the platypus. Look carefully around the design for a mint mark. If you don't see any letter or sign indicating its place of origin, congratulations, you may have found the no mint mark version. And don't stop at just one coin. Check every single one you come across. Talk to family members. Look in your parents' old change jars. Ask your grandparents if they have spare coins from the past. You never know where one of these could be hiding. Imagine the story you'll tell if you find one. I had a coin that I thought was worth 20 cents. It turned out to be worth $8,000. That's not just a lucky find. That's a treasure hunt with a reward. And let's not forget, as time passes, the rarity of these coins only increases. The more that get added to collections, the fewer remain in circulation. So the earlier you start looking, the better your chances. In the grand scheme of collecting, the 1981 no mint mark 20-cent coin has a bright future. As awareness grows, so does the competition to find and acquire one. This is your opportunity to get ahead of the trend, to find a hidden gem before it becomes a headline. So don't wait. Turn this video off, head to your drawer, your wallet, your glove compartment, and start your search. That simple, shiny coin sitting unnoticed could be your doorway into the world of serious collecting. Next up, the 1982 Australian 20-cent coin without a mint mark. While many dismiss ordinary coins as mere pocket change, this one stands out. Its elegance, rarity, and backstory give it an edge that has captivated collectors and enthusiasts from around the globe. At first glance, it may seem like just another coin. But once you hold the 1982 no mint mark 20-cent piece in your hand, you begin to feel the weight of history, craftsmanship, and rarity. The absence of a mint mark might seem like a mistake, but in the world of numismatics, it's often these subtle differences that unlock huge value. This particular coin, struck in 1982, was released into general circulation like any other 20-cent coin. However, what makes it so desirable is that it was minted during a transitional period in Australia's coinage. A year where mintage numbers were shifting and quality control was tighter than usual. Yet a few coins without the expected mint mark slipped through. That detail alone makes it highly collectible. It was created during a time when Australia was modernising its coin designs and increasing the efficiency of its mints. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra was producing most of the country's circulating coins by then. But sometimes, when demand increased, other mints like the one in Perth or Melbourne would support production. Coins were usually marked with tiny symbols identifying their place of origin, but in some cases, like this 1982 coin, no such mark was added. That has led to decades of speculation and interest in how these mint-markless coins came to be. Today, collectors seek these coins not only for their monetary value, but also for their historical uniqueness. In top condition, especially graded uncirculated, or mint state, the 1982 no-mint mark 20-cent coin can fetch anywhere from hundreds to over $1,000 at auction. That's right. A coin originally worth just 20 cents can be worth more than $6,500 in pristine condition. The highest verified private sales have even seen offers that go beyond this figure, especially when accompanied by third-party grading certifications. And the demand is only growing. Online forums are buzzing with buyers and sellers. Coin shows regularly see enthusiastic collectors scouring for this coin. Its value has increased steadily over the years, making it a fantastic investment for those with an eye for rare currency. There's something captivating about the coin's design as well. The platypus on the reverse, swimming through rippling waters, is one of Australia's most iconic coin designs. Coupled with the profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, the coin feels like a perfect symbol of Australian identity. And when you consider that this exact design hasn't changed much over decades, it's even more remarkable that the 1982 version without a mint mark holds such unique appeal. Why was it created? It wasn't intentional, and that's what adds to the allure. The absence of a mint mark is likely the result of a special minting process for collector or presentation sets, or a minor production oversight that wasn't caught in time. But what some saw as a minor detail has grown into a defining feature. Thousands of collectors worldwide are currently searching for this exact coin. In fact, online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auction houses, and collector networks have recorded hundreds of inquiries and bids specifically targeting the 1982 no-mint mark edition. It's not just Australians who want it. International collectors too see its value, especially those who specialize in Commonwealth coinage. What truly boosts its value is how hard it is to find in good condition. Circulated coins have naturally worn over time, and only a small fraction have survived in mint state. So if you happen to find one in your change drawer or inherited coin collection, hold on to it. You may be sitting on a tiny treasure. This coin tells a story of transition, attention to detail, and the unintended brilliance of human error. It's these kinds of stories that turn everyday objects into pieces of history, and it's what makes coin collecting such a passionate pursuit. The 1982 20-cent piece, without a mint mark, is more than just metal. It's a snapshot of a moment in time. It's evidence of how small anomalies can create massive value. And it's a reminder that rarity can hide in plain sight. It's easy to overlook a coin like this. Many do, but not you, because you now know the hidden worth behind it. You now see what most miss, a legacy captured in copper nickel, waiting to be discovered. And while the coin may have started as an everyday item, it's transformed into something far more meaningful. Its growing value shows that the world is starting to recognize its importance. So if you come across one, or already have one, consider getting it graded. Store it safely. Protect it like the gem it is. Because the next big sale could feature your coin, with your name on the registry, fetching a record-breaking price. The market has spoken. This coin is valuable, and its worth is only increasing. The earlier you jump in, the higher your rewards could be. This is not just collecting, it's smart investing. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1982 Australian 20-cent coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow collectors. Who knows, maybe someone you know has this coin and doesn't even realize its worth.